Hey, what's up, guys? This is BoxingWave. Real quick, I just want to say that I'm proud of these two fighters, Mike Alvarado and Ruslan Provodnikov. Win or lose, how can you not be a fan of either of these two fighters? How can you not be a fan? I really wasn't that big of a fan of Mike Alvarado, but I respect him. I'm a big fan. Whenever I see these guys fight, they have so much sportsmanship, so much class, so much respect for the sport. It's like, how can you not like these two? Whether they win or lose, these guys they're really dope boxers, man. And I'm gonna support them in whatever they do. I hope they both have a good career in the sport and both continue to put on great fights like the one they did last night. So with that being said, I'm gonna speak about the fight. I'm going to start off talking about Mike Alvarado real quick. Mike Alvarado lost the fight because I saw too many inconsistencies in his style. Okay, he kept switching his stance throughout the fight. He was southpaw, and he went conventional throughout the fight. Didn't really know what he wanted to do. Okay, this guy is a boxer. He's a decent boxer, but he's a brawler at heart. He knew that he had to win the fight by outboxing his opponent. And he was just too inconsistent because he was in his hometown, and I think the hype with the crowd and just wanted to perform in front of the people that love you, he just couldn't stick to being a boxer. I think the second and third, maybe the sixth round, he was using his jab, he had the weight advantage. He was up by like 9 pounds. He had the height advantage. He had the reach advantage. All the advantages he needed was there, and he just couldn't be consistent. He wanted to stand in front of Provodnikov and exchange with him, the stronger guy. And this is why he lost the fight, because by the time the 7th, 8th round, 9th round came, he was just out of it, because he was trying to exchange with a guy that's stronger than him. And Bradley almost made the same mistake. These guys, they're warriors and they want to fight. They want to bang and exchange. And sometimes that's just not the smarter approach. You should have learned with Brandon Rios. And I thought that he did, but he's a boxer at heart. And that's why he lost the fight. I know I picked Mike Alvarado to win the fight. After doing a lot of study on their fights, I thought Mike Alvarado was going to be smart enough in this fight to use his superior boxing skills. And I feel like I gave him a little bit too much credit for his fights. Not to take nothing away from Mike Alvarado. I like him. I'm a fan. But I gave him too much credit. This guy is just as easy to hit as Ruslan Provodnikov is. Okay, he's very easier than when he wasn't dancing around the ring. He was getting hit with pretty much everything getting thrown at him. So that's why he lost the fight. He got stopped in no, he didn't get stopped. He got knocked down twice in the 8th round. Okay, he actually finished that round great. He looked good finishing that round. And in the 9th round, it was pretty much a dead round for him. And in the 10th round, he just got destroyed again by Provodnikov. He didn't get knocked down that round, but he actually finished the round and quit in between the 10th and 11th round. So that's the way that went. Now, Ruslan Provodnikov, I saw a couple of improvements early and throughout the fight. Early, the first round, I noticed that he was using a lot of head movement, and he was pressuring Mike the whole time in that first round. I was like, okay, this is a different Ruslan we've seen here. He's he's using head movement. He's not as easy to hit right now, so he might give Mike some problems, and he did give Mike problems in the first round. Right after the first round, Ruslan pretty much went back to the way he fights all the time. Stands right in front of you, and just wants to exchange. He did a great job cutting off the ring. I also noticed that when they were fighting close, he was pivoting around Mike Alvarado. He was circling him good, so he was landing hooks and pivoting around him, so he wouldn't get hit as much. But he still got hit a lot, because he doesn't care. He'll sit there and laugh, and we seen that throughout the fight with Timothy Bradley as well. So this guy just likes to go to war with anybody, and that's his whole plan was to break this guy's will before he breaks mine. and that's exactly what he did by making him quit. So as far as Provodnikov, I didn't really see too much different. He fought pretty much the same way he usually fights, but he was just a stronger guy, and he kept going. So with that being said, how do I feel about Mike Alvarado quitting? I don't feel anything about it. I don't feel a certain way about it at all. He was out of it. He was losing pretty bad, man. And if his corner didn't stop it or the ref didn't stop it, it didn't really need to go. It was clear that he ran out of gas. I think he had a little bit of light at the end of the 8th round, maybe the 9th round, but he wasn't gonna knock Ruslan Provodnikov out. He wasn't throwing anything else that had a lot of that didn't have any or that had any power to it. So at that point, I felt like, all right, he really doesn't have anything left. And, I thought it was, he quit. And he was hurt. He was hurt bad. He had a big knot on his head. He was getting hit by some nasty, nasty body shots. I mean, like, really painful, like Miguel Cotto, Delvin Rodriguez body shots. Like, he was getting hit hard. You could tell he was winded, and it was just taking a toll. And why go 2 more rounds with that kind of punishment, So I have all the respect for Mike Alvarado, regardless of him quitting. And I think both of these guys, I think Mike Alvarado at this point, is probably, whether Rios wins or loses against Pacquiao, I think he's going to fight him next. It would only make sense to end this trilogy and go on from there as far as your career. I think that's probably the next move for him. As far as Provodnikov, there's plenty of options. First of all, Provodnikov is not top rank. Okay, he's not a top rank fighter. He's a banner promotion fighter. Okay, his promoter is Artie Palula. So he is not, I don't know, the relationship with Golden Boy or not, but he can fight Golden Boy. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, why not fight on, I don't know if he's signed on, I don't know any of his business agreements. I don't know if he's under contract with HBO or, I don't know what's going on with that, but he is not top rank. Okay. So that leaves some options. All right. As far as in top rank fighters that's in top rank, he could fight. Obviously he could fight Timothy Bradley again. I think Timothy Bradley is trying to fight Floyd for his next fight. I would like to see Tim Bradley fight Floyd, but we don't know how possible that fight is because Floyd's Golden Boy, Bradley's top rank. So I don't know with that, but that's what I would like to see. Rematch between Provodnikov and Bradley. I guess I would want to see it, but I think, Bradley won the fight. He won the first fight, even though it was a close fight and it was a good fight. He won the fight. He did win the fight, and I think Bradley was smart enough in this next fight. If they were to fight again, I think he would beat Provodnikov a lot more clearly than he did in the first fight because he wouldn't go in there and brawl with him like he clearly isn't a stronger guy. So I would like to see that fight, but I'm not as hyped about it. Even though I think that's my personal favorite fight of the year so far. But Provodnikov, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Brandon Rios. I think that fight would be cool. Provodnikov fighting Lucas Matisse would be a good fight. They're both power punchers. I personally think Lucas Matisse is a bit smarter than Provodnikov, and he actually might be still a harder puncher than Provodnikov, but I would like seeing that fight. I'll do a prediction on that fight. So he has a lot of options to me. I don't know, depending on whether he'll fight for Showtime or not, but he's, if he can, he has a lot of options. And these guys both have a bright future. It's so many fights that could be made. I think Mike Alvarado probably should try to go to 147 though, because he had a tough time making weight. I think he came in the fight wearing 157, and he's a big dude. He doesn't have to stay at 140, but if he wants to stay at 140 and use that weight advantage as his advantage, then that's cool too. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I feel. You know, these guys are both warriors. I have a lot of respect for them. They have a lot of, you know, they showed a lot of sportsmanship and a lot of class, you know, and I want to keep seeing stuff. I like to see stuff like that. I don't want everybody blaming the judges now. I mean, there's been a couple of robberies this year, but I don't want everybody blaming the judges for everything like Marquez was doing. You know, just show class and respect the guys, respect the fighters. Ruslan even admitted that Timothy Bradley beat him. You know, just respect the game. Stop complaining and stop being a sore loser every fight. And that's pretty much it. So please leave comments. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay, please subscribe. Leave comments. Let me know what you think on the fight. Let me know on what you think on as far as both their futures. Who do you want to see them fight next? And follow me on Twitter at wavy_10. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my boys' YouTube channel as well, USA MVP. Subscribe to his channel too. All right.